Nuclear submarine, the K3, not shy away from using tactical nuclear weapons. But a nuclear train isn't the only movement that has spooked the West. The world's biggest nuclear submarine, the K329 Belgorod, which is equipped with the Poseidon nuclear torpedo, is also on the move. The Poseidon is a super weapon that was announced by Vladimir Putin in March 2018. It has been described as the weapon of apocalypse or the doomsday weapon. On the 22nd of September, the K329 Belgorod was spotted at the Barents Sea. It appears to be moving towards the Kara Sea in northern Russia. The Poseidon torpedo alone can travel for over 6,000 miles underwater. Its nuclear warhead can release 15 times more energy than what Fat Boy did, the weapon that the United States dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. Poseidon can trigger nuclear tsunamis that, according to reports, are designed to drown and irradiate coastal areas that are hundreds of miles away, making them unlivable for many decades to come.
All right, Shalom. This is Hara 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. When I say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakar Kodash, Ma'amah. Double line to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to Yakim, Nagwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to Ma'akim at the Lions Den. All right. I want to get a few precepts dealing with this topic. You see, it says the predicted path of the Belgorod submarine. All right, they got submarines from Russia being sent out all over the place, and this particular submarine is like a drone, you know, AI technology, and they can send it out next to a country and settle it on the bottom of the ocean and leave it there dormant for up to a year, they said, and then activate it at any moment. So they could be on the borders of America. You just never know. All right, it says so it's been spotted heading from the Barents Sea over to Kara Sea on September 22nd. All right, and this particular missile where is that? Right here. It says it's known as the Poseidon torpedo. You know, Poseidon is a Greek idol that's supposed to be the idol. They said the god of the sea, but you know that's their paganism. You know, and myths. You know, falsehood, fables. So it says weapon of apocalypse is one of the weapons of Judgment Day, not apocalypse. It says it can trigger nuclear tsunamis, man. So not just a regular tsunami, but it's called a toilet bowl effect, to where everything in the area gets washed underwater with like triple the level of tsunami that would happen from a hurricane or an earthquake. And it would be radioactive. You know, turn the water bitter and poison. Just like the Lord said, man, in the scriptures, wormwood. All right. Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. So they think the whole, actually I'm gonna get this real quick, because they said the word apocalypse, they keep throwing it out there. It says apocalypse, the meaning, the complete and final destruction of the world as described in the biblical book of Revelations. Well, in the biblical book of Revelations, the Lord keeps speaking of a destruction upon the daughter of Babylon. All right, and it's going to be destruction all over the world, but it's ultimately not going to destroy the whole earth. The earth abideth forever. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passeth away. See, this generation is passing away. And another generation cometh, right? In the kingdom especially. But the earth abideth forever. All right, you've had World War I, World War II, They said, this is it, the apocalypse. Then World War II came. This is it. Now World War III. This is it. No, the kingdom's coming. You see that? The earth is going to abide forever. But all hell is breaking loose upon it. So he said this can trigger nuclear tsunamis. All right, radioactive tsunamis, man. This is Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, man. Their darkness is going to be put out of the earth, especially America. You know, the light of the Chaldees. And the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him, man. All right, so all their plans, all their wisdom, all their understanding, their studying of war, you know, nations shall not study war anymore. Well, everything that America has accumulated and built up to this point is going to be void. All right, and his candle shall be put out with him, man. And the candle represents their wisdom. All right, just like a candle represents our wisdom in the spirit of truth. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, man, afflicted. So the steps, every step America takes, or Esau, these elites take, because Putin just put it out there, they're battling against a system of satanic paganism, pagans. All right. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down, man. So their own counsel that goes into the Democrats, Republicans, and they're all casting each other down, you know, especially mocking the president. And with America, they're being casted down by those that are bringing them out to the borders. They used to be Confederate with America, the allies. And then when the allies become enemies, all right. So it says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon the snare, man. So he being cast into a net by that dollar, by the New World Order plans that they're moving towards. And ultimately, they're walking upon a snare, man. You know, a trap. And these missiles are the traps that the Lord set up and established to destroy these devils. He said this Poseidon torpedo, this is just one of the missiles. You know, they got ICBMs as well. Those are the ones that's going to destroy America, daughter of Babylon. But it says this Poseidon torpedo is 15 times more powerful than Fat Boy. That's what they used in Japan, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And you see what that did? It burned their whole shadow into the ground. But this is 15 times, not 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 15 times more powerful than the atomic bomb. Whew. Think about that. It says, a jinn shall take him by the heel. A jinn is another form of a snare or trap. So, and the robber shall prevail against him. So the nations that want to rob from this place and, you know, basically destroy it, they're going to prevail. All right. The snare is laid for him in the ground, meaning upon the earth, and hidden. And a trap for him in the way. So as they move forward towards the New World Order, there's a trap waiting for this place, like a rope sitting there waiting, and they're going to hang themselves on it. All right, they think it's a window they're looking through. It's also, yo. All right, the snare is laid for him, basically in the ground in the earth, and a trap for him in the way. That whole we don't have to worry. The Lord already got everything set up. He got it rigged already. The game is rigged, and the righteous are going to win. Terrors, what terrors? And that's what they call this missile, a terror. It's set up to terrify and or destroy this citizens of whatever city or coastline. So it's set up to terrify them. It says, terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. All right, so they're going to be forced to fight in this war. Let me read this real quick. Because you're going to have angels intervening and manipulating the minds of these leaders. So whatever their plans are, the most likely say, no, we're going to steer towards prophecy. All right, so you have going to be destruction by air and destruction by sea. Missiles going to be launched in the air and launched in the ground or in the waters. All right. Revelation 16:1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple, and that great voice is Yahweh, saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. All right. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men that had the charagma of the beast, NATO European Union, Esau basically. So whoever gets that MOTB, man, grievous sore real soon. And upon them which worshipped his image. All right. So it's going to become a destruction to them. Anybody that goes down to Egypt for help, you know what I'm saying? MOTB. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea. See, it's going to be a battle out in the sea. You're going to be having AI technology missiles that cause radioactive water, and tsunamis, and missiles flying from the sky that they hit the coast. On the water, it cause tsunamis and radioactive water, which will destroy everybody out in the ocean, and the sailors and the ships and the military. People drinking the water. It says, the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of dead men. So imagine drinking, like Esau, they'll drink dead or man's blood. That's completely toxic, all right, an abomination. So drinking the water is going to be on that level. That's how toxic it's going to be. Radiation, all right, like blood. And every living soul died in the sea. So whoever's out there, ships, beach goers, they're not going to make it. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood, right? Because what stems from the sea or the ocean is the rivers that lead to fountains of water, which are like lakes and streams. So this whole place will be corrupted and poisoned and toxic, as it already is. It'll be radiation. All right, so it's going to be a radioactive war. It says here, Poseidon torpedo, the range it can reach is 6,000 miles underwater. So it easily can reach America from a submarine. Easily can reach Ukraine from where they're at. All right, so these next few weeks are going to be very interesting in the realm of tactical nuclear war that they're doing. All right. So Yeah, man. So that's what's happening. The waters are gonna become toxic from these um, radioactive tsunamis that these type of missiles can create. All right, but let me get one more. All right, because it's gonna be a battle in the water and a battle in the air. All right, that's why the angel poured his vial upon the sea, and another one poured his vial upon in the air. Revelation 16 and 16, no 15. Behold, I come as a thief, meaning unexpected. You know, you try to tell somebody about this, they're like, okay, what they got to do with me? It got a lot to do with you. And he gathered them. Blessed is he that watcheth. See, we're blessed if we're watching, and keepeth his garments. All right, walking in the truth, and trying to keep the laws to the best of our ability, and staying covered in Yahushua. Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. All right, like IUIC, everybody gonna see their shame, and ISUPK. And gathered them together into a place, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. That's over there in the east, and also in what you would call near Ukraine, you know, basically overseas. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air. See, now this is the end, the seventh, because you got. They said the first angel went out and poured his vial into the sea. So this could kick off these wars. Make it go nuclear, radioactive. And the seventh is the destruction. All right, the ones the Lord had set up to destroy the whole land. The seventh angel poured out his vial into the air. All right. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, "It is done." So yeah, this is just a precursor to these Poseidons, torpedoes that they talking about. But when this war goes to the air and the missiles go flying, them ICBMs, and they, tons of weight and nuclear waste just dumped, and explosions dumped on the masses of the people into neighborhoods and shit. That can't compare to, these Poseidons will do some damage, but shit, that's the one the Lord talking about with fire. According to the judgment, the second death, it's gonna sweep across America like a besom, across the land like a besom of destruction, like a broom. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air. So that's where the missiles gonna fly. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven, from the throne. It's Most High's voice, man. It's Yahushua, saying, "It is done." Man. They're gonna have their way. These devils not gonna have their way. Right? They had their time. And there were voices and thunders. Those represent the judgments and prophecy. The judgments being given out in the heavens. And lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. So this is it. When the missiles hit, when the ICBMs touch the sky and they get bathed in heaven, they're gonna fly down to the earth. It's done. Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. And the great city was divided into 3 parts. And the city of the nations fell. So all the cities are going to fall one by one throughout America. All right, and it's going to be divided. You see it's divided now. And great Babylon came into remembrance before Yahweh. So the Lord going to look at it and remember it. What he said he was going to do. To give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. So these Poseidons, they can have it where you can't, where the islands just disappear. be washed away. Same thing with the ICBMs. They're gonna cause the whole structure of those islands to be moved out of the damn place, or tsunamis just cover those lands, or the nuclear fallout. That's how big the explosion gonna be. All right, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. So that means heavy objects from the sky are going to fall upon the earth in mass number. Those are missiles. Every stone about the weight of a talent. All right, so going into metals. So they going into tons, really. All right, of warheads. Every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blaspheme Yahweh because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. So you're gonna have war in the sea, but especially these drone missiles and submarines now, right? And AI technology, tactical nukes. This is one of those tactical nukes. And then the war in the air, which is going to end all be all. It is done. ICBM missiles, man. So this is just a precursor, but to show you what time we're in. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it there, man. And I hope this was encouraging. I want to say shalom.